Hello, Taurus Sun, Taurus Rising. It is time for your year ahead reading. I'm going to lay out 12 cards, one card per month, and I'll just call them 1 through 12 as I'm going through them. But for you, card 1 is going to be May of 2025. So we have 2 and 3, month 4, month 5, and month 6. Then we have month 7, 8, and 9. And then month 10, 11, and 12. And then a card from the back of the deck to see maybe an extra theme or message for the year. We have the Two of Wands, the card of exploration, of dreaming, of imagining the potential, seeing the potential. It's a card that is kind of excitement. I feel excitement when I think of this card. It is going for the dream, planning out the dream, figuring out where you want to go, how you want to get there. When you get there, how are you going to stay there? It's a little bit of travel, definitely has a travel vibe to it, but it can be so much more than that. Fire is about our passion and what it is we want to go after, what draws us in. And this is something that you're excited about, that you really feel passionately about wanting to get done. Maybe it's one of your life goals. Whatever it is, this is the year you want to make it happen. So this is all about planning it and taking the steps toward making it happen, to bringing it into fruition. So dream big and have fun with it. Let's see what each month has to bring for you. Okay. Starting off here in month 1, we have the Four of Coins. Coins, earth element. 4 indicates stability, but it also has a little message of caution. And with the Four of Coins, this is about conserving your resources, maybe holding back. It can be penny pinching, even energy. The desire, maybe you've achieved a certain savings goal and now you do not want to go below that. So you are holding back, maybe more than you did before, in order to reach this goal, because you want to have a cushion on top of what that goal was. So you want to achieve more, but you're holding back very tightly to that. Be careful with that, because if that is the kind of energy you're putting out there and the universe picks up on that, it's going to perceive that you don't have the money, you don't have what you want. If you're focused on what you're fearing, that's what you will draw toward you. So don't go too stingy here. Don't be afraid to, go out every once in a while, give yourself a little treat here and there. You can conserve your resources maybe a little bit more this month if you're really driven to. Or maybe this is a month you just happen to try, coupon cutting or looking for the discounts and things like that, just to try it out and see if that's something that you could maintain going forward. Maybe, maybe not. But it might be worth checking out for you. A thought experiment kind of a thing. So just be aware that this month you may be resisting spending the money. You may be resisting the invitations to go out. You may be resisting what you may perceive as excess or things that you don't need in this month. But give yourself permission to treat yourself a little bit. Act with abundance, as if you already have what it is you desire. In month 2, though, we have this Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is about kind of nightmares, anxiety, insomnia, fear of what might happen. Nothing is concrete, nothing is fixed. This is just your own fear and anxiety getting in the way of your success, of moving forward on something. So just know that in month 2 here, for you, you may have this. You may be experiencing that kind of thing. Allow yourself room and time to breathe, to process. Do not jump to conclusions. Try to do something positive for yourself, something to get you out of that loop until you work through that. It could be that something happened here in a prior month, maybe 2 to 3 months prior to this, and that's what has you caught up now, where you're overthinking things, thinking maybe I should have done this. What if I had done that and this instead? And perhaps, too, that's part of why in month 1 you're kind of holding back a bit. Month two, though, is kind of the freak out month, the reaction. Maybe you were trying to suppress things, and this is a month it's just going to come out. You need to find a way to release that energy. Let yourself do something physical to release it from your body so you're not holding on to it. So you can sleep, so you can focus more clearly. That could be going for a run, it could be yelling into a pillow, it could be punching your mattress, whatever it is for you that lets you release that excess energy that is bottling you up and causing this. Give yourself permission to free it. You don't have to keep holding on to that. You don't have to stay stuck in that kind of a loop. Find a safe way to release that energy for you. And give yourself some grace. We all have these moments. It is okay. Just find a way to release that and let it go in a way that works for you and doesn't harm anybody else or yourself. Give yourself that release. In month 3, we have the Death card. This is a card of transformation. This is a major arcana card. The Death card is indicating you're ending one cycle. You're ending one way of life. It could be, it's not the ultimate transformation card, but it is a transformation in at least one area of your life. Maybe it's what was giving you anxiety, and as you learn how to overcome that and focus your energy in a positive way in month 2, in month 3, you're able to make a change so that you don't have to face that again, so that you can deal with it better, so that you have the feeling of, at least, of more control if something like this were to occur again. So you could be putting up rules or boundaries in place around what you will and won't accept from other people, and cutting people off right at the start instead of trying to be patient with them and just listen. Sometimes you just got to say no up front, and that might be the change that you're making here. Is up until now people could always go to you and count on you to take care of it for them. Not anymore. Not anymore. You recognize now you need to focus on your needs and what is right for you, and you need to protect your own space and your own energy before anything else. So it's the end of the, okay, yeah, fine, I'll do it. Sure, I can help you out. Now it's a, no, you know what? Check back with me in a week. Right now I don't have the time or energy or desire to help with that. I need to focus on these other things that are a higher priority to me. You're putting yourself first, and that is a shift for you. And then follow that right up in month 4 with the moon. Secrets revealed. The moon is all about being able to see things that you cannot see under the bright light of the full sun, because there's so much going on under the bright light of the full sun, whereas if you take it down to the light of the moon, you're able to focus in and you can see those little secrets, the hidden things. They're just popping out. Little discoveries, it feels like, throughout the month. This doesn't feel like one big secret. These are little bits and pieces that at the end may create a bigger picture, but it feels like it's just a little bit here and a little bit there. And maybe by the third one, you're like, oh, wait a minute, something's going on here. I'm going to tie this all together. I need to pay attention to this because there is some nugget of truth or information within this information, that these things that are being uncovered, that's going to have meaning to me, that is going to shift my perspective on maybe something that happened in the past or something that's going on right now, but I need to pay attention. Not everything is obvious. You need to look for the subtle, for the things that, it's almost like the things you catch out of your corner of your eye sometimes, right? It is nuanced, and maybe only something that you, now that you're have more time for you to focus on the things that you want, now that you're more relaxed, you're not feeling a lot of pressure, and you're opening up more and you can see more and view more. You're taking the time, I should say, you're taking the time to understand things fully before you commit to anything. And because you're doing that, you have the time, you have the energy, you have what is needed in order to read between the lines, if you will, about what's going on. Again, it doesn't feel like you're going to pick on it up on it right away at the beginning of the month, but toward the middle of the month, end of the month, You're going to have a much better understanding of what's going on than anybody else around you because they're just looking at surface level. You're taking the deep dive. It's something that interests you. You want to learn more. You're taking the deep dive and you're gaining a full understanding of what's going on. And that's going to influence how you respond to this situation, whether you do or don't support something. And you'll probably be going against the grain here. But again, you can see what's really going on. You have information that others don't. So trust yourself here. And then in month 5, we have the Ace of Cups. Cups are emotions and intuition. Feels like with this information, that this newfound confidence you have and what it is that you're able to understand, it's taking things to a deeper level emotionally than maybe you've been in the past. And could be related to this specific situation that you're kind of seeing clearly. There's some sort of emotional impact as a result of that. And your willingness to stand up and defend your choice based on the information you have and not just go with the crowd. You're veering off the path here. And with that comes, unfortunately, in this society, some conflict, some people being resentful, some people thinking, no, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. And even if you point them to the facts that you now know, they're still going to probably say, no, 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 no. There is, so it's not necessarily positive emotions, I'm going there. But out of this still comes more confidence and belief and trust in you, your instincts, your intuition. Amongst all this people, the naysayers, you know you're right. And you feel very confident in that. You're trusting your intuition on top of the information that you've collected here, that you can see, that nobody else is paying attention to or is willfully ignoring. You are resolute. And that's, again, another kind of a change for you. It's a new emotion, a new way of reacting or responding on an emotional level against adversity. And you may find yourself swaying a lot more people than you would have anticipated by just staying strong and true to who you are. Again, another confidence booster for you. Positivity in spite of the adversary, of the conflict around you. You're going to lift more people up than you anticipate, and maybe more than anyone will acknowledge as a result of this. So just believe in yourself. Believe in what you know is true and what you know is right. Everything else kind of falls in place after that. And then in month 6, we have the 4 of Cups. So another 4. Our first 6 months are bookended by 4s. Again, 4s are about stability. 4 of Cups, so stable, emotional relationships and connections. As far as that's going, you're on solid ground. But there may be somebody trying to convince you that you need more. You should add more. Things are great, but it's kind of boring. It's steady. It's stable. I think, though, you like steady and stable and something you can count on and routine and rhythm. I don't think it feels like there's somebody outside that does not understand that about you. Not yet. So they're going to be trying to convince you, we should go here, we should do this, we should do that, maybe we should add this, maybe we should do, and you're just, no, I'm good. I'm happy. I'm happy with the way things are. What do you mean they could be better? Yes, certain things could change. These are some goals and dreams I have that I would like to pursue. I don't want to pursue yours. I want to pursue my dreams. That's what this feels like to me, is outside interference, or the attempt on someone on the outside to interfere and coax you away from what you know is stable and comfortable and loving. So you may be tempted. It's up to you what path you want to take. And then down in month 7, we have the Two of Coins. This is a new connection. This is somebody you encounter that intrigues you. You guys just naturally connect on an emotional level. Maybe what you find by saying, you know what, I'm good here. I'm good with where I'm at. I am happy. The universe wants to bring more happiness into your life. So we have the Two of Coins here. Again, with the connections, pairings, etc. This could be business. This could be friendship. This could be romance. This is going to be a new person. Definitely feels like a new person. Somebody who comes on with a fresh perspective. It's intriguing to you. It's exciting. And you want to learn more. You want to connect with them and learn more about them. Use this time to just get to know each other mentally. Do you have the same sense of humor? Do you guys want the same things out of life? Is this something that can grow beyond this month, this moment? Or is this just a really good, fun encounter to have here in month 7? To kind of boost you up, give you another little boost of confidence, for a bit of fun. Take the time to get to know the other person. Allow them to get to know you. And see if there's potential here for something more long term. Give it a chance. And then in month 8, we have the Five of Coins. Fives in general are challenges. They are a little test to see if you're really ready to move beyond an old habit, some ingrained behavior, something that prevents you from succeeding in a specific area. And because this is coins, I'm going to say it has to do with home, it could have to do with work, it could have to do with finances. There's also a sense of being excluded here. A lot of times this shows some people who are outside of a church or cathedral, whatever it is. They're not doing well. They could use the help, but they're outside. The Five of Coins is telling you that the way to get past that feeling of lack, of being less than, of being excluded, is to just go knock on the door and ask for the help. Ask if you can join them. They don't know you're outside. They're not purposely excluding you or not helping you. You need to be willing to ask. And you need to be willing to accept the help that is offered. If you want to break the pattern, you have to take the action. So go open the door or go knock on the door. There's nothing scary there. This isn't about pride. This is a little bit about fear. But they're just waiting for you. You need to act. In month 9, we have the Hanged Man. So you act, hopefully, here in month 8. In month 9, now you wait. You take a break. You time out. Put yourself into a state of suspension where you're not making any big decisions. You're not starting any new big projects, hopefully. You're kind of more of a role of assessment and evaluating how things are progressing as they are right now. Observation is key here in month 9. Take the time to look around. For example, if you're looking for a home, take the time to investigate all the ones that you may potentially want. What about this neighborhood? Have we really explored this neighborhood yet or not? What about this style of house versus that style of house? And what are my long-term goals with it versus the shorter-term goals? Is this house we would be moving out again in a few years, or is this going to be our place, period? You can ask all the questions. You can do all of the evaluation, but this is not the month to make a decision. It's a month to observe and collect information. Then we have month 10 with the Ace of Swords. Inspiration strikes. Swords are about communication, our thoughts, ideas, beliefs. Something is going to inspire you and potentially send you down a new path. As far as the way, it feels a lot more about how you communicate more than anything else. But it could also have to do with Communication keeps pushing through the most, but I think there's a little bit something else under there. Um, maybe having something to do with law in some way too. But you're inspired to check something out, maybe go into law in some way, or look up a law about how to communicate or how to best set up something. Maybe you want to open your own company and you're curious about it, so you want to look up information on that. What are the laws? Who has what jurisdiction? What you can and can't do? What are the different types? Do I want an individual? Do I want to have a partnership, etc.? But you're curious about it. You're inspired by it. And you just want to know more. That does not mean you're starting it up right now, but you're learning about it. You're figuring out if this is even possible. What is the potential here? Later on, you can decide if you want to pursue it or not, but this month is all about the curiosity, about looking into it, about learning. And then, oh, this was Two of Coins. Interesting. I'm going to leave my reading here for this because that's strongly what I felt with this Two of Coins, not Two of Cups. I think we read the Two of Coins here. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm feeling strongly drawn to do. So this is the Two of Cups. Do we want to read it as Two of Cups? I'm sorry to be having this conversation with my guides here during your reading, but this is how I work. No, we want to read it as Two of Cups. So back here, Two of Coins, Two of Coins. This can also be in month 7 about balance in your relationships. So if you're meeting somebody new, be mindful of your balance across all of your relationships, but at the same time, get to know the other person. That's still a strong aspect here of month 7. Back to month 11 with the Two of Cups. This is the card of meeting somebody new, of meeting somebody who can inspire you in a way that, just by the way they live and the way that they think. So this does not feel so much romantic as this person is here temporarily to inspire you, to give you advice, whatever it is. You guys can talk to each other, get to know each other a lot, but I think it's more about strategizing than anything else. That's what I'm getting out of it for month 11 with this Two of Cups. You guys do vibe really well together. You're kind of on the same page. You have similar goals, but you are learning something. They have something to share with you that you would miss if you had gone through any other way. So this may be a chance encounter with somebody. Maybe you decide to go to a class or a meeting or something about whatever inspired you here in month 10. And this is another person there in that same class, and they have a lot of ideas and ways that this could work out too. So you're just learning and getting so much information from this person. They could be a long-term potential business type contact. That's what vibe I'm getting out of this month. Potential for romantic, sure, but I feel that more back in month 7 than I do in month 11. This seems more practical, ironically, as this is coins and this is cups. But this month it feels a little bit more practical and purposeful in as far as a clear direction to go. All right. And then in month 12, we have the Knight of Swords. Back into that swords energy. It feels like you do decide to pursue something here, whatever this idea is, and with the encouragement and feedback you got from this other person here in month 11, I think you're going to give it a shot. You have the information you need to go for it. You don't have any experience yet, so you will make mistakes along the way, but that's not going to stop you from pursuing it, from giving it a try. This is somebody who's going to shoot their shot. They're going to put their ideas into action and gain experience and learn more about it. Maybe you give up after this, maybe you don't. Maybe you take it to the next level, but for now, you're escalating here in this kind of probably business type pursuit, maybe, or whatever this idea was for you, and you're going for it. It can be scary, but your drive is much stronger right here, right now, than the fear, than the doubt. So go for it. Give yourself a chance. Dream big. You never know. You only get one life, right? All right, Taurus Sun, Taurus Rising. That is what I have for you for your year ahead. Please hit that like button. Please share this with others. Please comment below to let me know if this resonated with you or not, and please subscribe to help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.